What's going on?
Hello viewers, my name is Adam and this is Takimi Productions bringing you another trailer review. And in this video we're looking at the official trailer to Paramount Pictures and Legendary Pictures live adaptation of Street Fighter in collaboration with Capcom themselves. And we're continuing the Hollywood video game adaptation trend. It's going full force here, and 2026 is technically going to be the battle of the fighting game juggernauts as we see Mortal Kombat 2 hitting theaters in May and this one in October. Basically the most known fighting game, fighting games of popular memory is going to be adapted once again in live action, with Mortal Kombat being a sequel to a reboot. Street Fighter being adapted by Paramount Pictures is the third Hollywood attempt at Street Fighter live action, but not actually, but it's also the fifth live action feature film production overall. And what we see here is definitely a bigger budget compared to a lot of the previous adaptations. I addressed a previous video of Mortal Kombat discussing that trailer that I am still mixed in terms of the casting. Let's talk about the main leads here, of which Ryu and Ken, Andrew Koji, and Noah Centineo. For starters, there is a significant age gap between those two actors, and Ryu and Ken are most known as around the same age because they were trained by the same person during their time. Street Fighter, this one is skipping straight into Street Fighter 2 territory. And with some Street Fighter Alpha characters as well, with Dan and Julie being cast in this movie. But jumping straight into Street Fighter 2, I get it as the most popular Street Fighter game that at least the general public knows. But remember, there was the first Street Fighter before that time, and even on a narrative standpoint, it would have been a lot more better to just start from the get-go with a solid foundation of the story of Street Fighter, or even some elements of Street Fighter Alpha before getting to Street Fighter 2 already. But you know, Hollywood just wants big, quick money fast, so go to the popular ones already. It's full steam ahead. This one is definitely embracing the Street Fighter game's campiness and all full force. And guess what? I'm not going to say campiness is not bad. Heck, the live action One Piece is all full of camp and full of heart as well. And from what we're seeing here, there is a passion and appreciation of what people like about Street Fighter here, even with more of the obscure aspects. You have Ken destroying a car, that classic minigame from the Street Fighter games. This continues on, still in Street Fighter 6, destroy that car. We're seeing a plentiful of many character special moves on full display. Various results of how they are depicted here. But I'll give this movie credit. Mortal Kombat, that one looks more like a streaming movie. This one actually does look like something you can watch in theaters. The visuals, there's a lot of depth in it. They really are using up the space and aiming for that theatrical level. The neon colors, it looks like a period piece as well. They're highlighting MTV. When was the last time MTV was relevant? Most like in the late 80s, early 90s, in the 90s periods when that channel was in this heyday. And this film being directed by Kitao Sakurai, who is mostly known for the Eric DeAndre show, hence why Eric DeAndre himself is cast in this movie. It's going to be interesting how they play out, especially the Akuma situation, that casting. Street Fighter does have its own narrative which will have its own lore, and there's a plenty full of character backstory to unfold that skipping straight into the popular sequel. I feel as though this should have been some groundwork to be laid in in another movie before getting to this one. I am like seeing that Chun-Li is having such a very strong lead role, as she should. She is fighting game's leading lady, the most popular fighting game like femme fatale in fighting game history. So to actually showcase her finally in all her glory is going to be something that I'm guessing, from at least based on this trailer, it's going to be a highlight. A lot of the characters still very, very mixed bag. I could give kudos to Jason Momoa, who is going all full force on Blanca here. Zangief looks like he's going to be a good character to play off of. That him going to show, ooh, those unrealistic wrestling moves, and everybody's special moves going to be a sight. My most grievous casting criticism will have to be David Dastmalchian. He's not really highlighted as here in this official trailer. Just a few glimpses here, but I'm guessing they want to like play off of that on the rest in peace Raul Julia's interpretation back in the 1990s adaptation. But it would have been beneficial if they just did cast somebody who is of physical stature like M.Bison or Vega if you're in Japan, because he looks miscast here. I understand you want to like play off of what worked at least in the 1994 adaptation, while also being a little bit more faithful in terms of character representation and visuals, and from the costumes and special moves and how they're portrayed. But you have to deal with like in every good movie, the conflict deals with the villain. And for them to do both Akuma and M.Bison, and as a matter of fact, they both did appear in Street Fighter 2. One definitely should have had a lot more like narrative legwork beforehand than the other. But still mixed bag with the casting. But I can see that this movie is definitely going to be a lot of fun for general audience members. So that movie has that to going forward. And like I said, in comparison to Mortal Kombat, this does look more theatrical worthy than what Mortal Kombat is dishing out, at least from a visual standpoint. But yeah, that's how I feel about Street Fighter from Paramount Pictures and Legendary Pictures. I do have a review for Street Fighter 6 if you're interested on how I feel about the current and the recent video games for it, and I do plan on doing a ranking fighting game list later down the road, so be on the lookout for that video as well. My name is Adam, and this has been Seeking Me Productions. Please be sure and like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Let's discuss Street Fighter, fighting games in general. What's your favorite, and what do you think should be adapted? My point, maybe they should have done Final Fight first, just to get their feet wet in terms of the broader universe and narrative of Street Fighter. But that's how I would have done it. But also discuss with us on our social media outlets of Letterboxd, Instagram, and Threads for other content we don't necessarily post on this channel. Again, my name is Adam, and this has been Seeking Me Productions. See ya!